Good afternoon. Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Coach David Wells. We're doing our next step in our pitching series. Today we're going to talk about once our front foot lands and we start to move forward down that mound. We're going forward. What's our upper body starting to do? So when we come back, we're going to talk about what is our upper body doing. All right, so we are back. So we're on the mound out here at the field. We're at Valentine Park today. Got a group session with my T-ball group later today, so I want to come out early, go over this quick video with you. So in our first video, we talked about foot placement, bending those knees, sitting down in that chair, getting that leg position right to go down that hill, getting that momentum going. We talked about striding out, drive down that hill, drive towards home plate, and then how your front foot should land slightly closed. Don't swing the leg around, don't swing the hips open. Now, as you're doing that, what comes to next? Like I said, we're building from the ground up. So once we get going this way, what's our next thing? Next thing is, what are we doing waist up? We know what we're doing from the waist down. What are we doing for waist up? Waist up, simple. It starts right here. As I'm coming and I get down, I want to bring my hands out. What I always tell my pitchers is I don't like to see them loop the ball around. I don't like a loop. I like them to bring it right here. Gloves facing down, elbows coming back. I want to bring that elbow back. Pinching those shoulder blades, pinching the scapula, pinching it back here. As it does that, I'm coming down, I'm getting to here. This arm, what you have having a lot is kids want to throw the arm. When they throw the arm, you throw the shoulder. Gloves down. As you rotate through, glove pops. Down into a pop, and it tucks in behind you. So if I'm looking at you, I'm coming at you, my glove's simply gonna do this. Here to here. What that does, if they can learn that motion over and over again, it keeps them from wanting to throw that shoulder around or throw that shoulder open. A lot of kids want to throw it open. We want to keep it closed. We want to stay tight and drive. Back arm, pinching it. As that arm comes back, it's coming up. Some people are here, here, here. Have your kid find their comfort. If they're here, that's fine. That's my comfort right there. When I bring my ball back, I'm right here. Because the key is where your arm position is going to be, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is as you start to come forward, what happens. Now, the biggest thing to remember, the hardest thing for young players to do, legs, trunk, shoulder in sync. The main thing is the kids want to come down and they want to twist. Now your arm is in a lag position. It's way back here. So now I'm using my shoulder and I'm throwing it. I've expended all the energy through my legs and core. What you're trying to do is get that drive. Now as I'm coming, I want everything working together. So now my body's starting to go forward. I'm taking the energy off this back leg, landing on that front leg. As this leg goes, it pushes my hip. As my hip comes, my shoulder's coming with it. I want everything locked in right here. I don't want it back here. I don't want it out in front. I want it locked in right here and everything coming together. Then as I release, I'm coming down the hill and following through. My head's gonna go towards it, my shoulder's going towards it. And so if I'm facing, I'm coming, everything's coming together in sync, I'm coming down the hill to you. What that does, if you can work to get everything in sync, do it slow, do it repetitive, work on getting that trunk and arm like it's locked, it's fused there in sync here, and then the shoulder pops it down. If you can learn to get that over the top motion here, it's gonna save your arm in the long run. The key is getting that kinetic chain, feet, knees, hips, waist, all this core. You want everything working as one. It's one motion, down, coming around, and following through. If you can learn to do that, and that's the hardest part. Leg drive leaves a little room. Foot placement, get all that right. Kids can pick that up. The hardest part is going to be picking up, keeping that trunk in sync. Keeping that trunk in sync. Good way to practice it. I have my kids do a lot of step and freeze. Step and freeze. Because if I'm here, I know my arm's not lagging behind, I'm sitting there, I'm frozen. So now I want to turn, and I want to really drive. They feel the kinetic chain. Have a shortener step, stop here. Just have them, boom, lock it in, keep it in sync. Let them feel the twist of the kinetic chain. Everything is one motion. Do sequences, build steps, let them practice it. One of my warm-up drills I like to do with my kids is have them hold the ball like this and just simply loosen up their shoulder, throwing like this. They get used to the feel of the ball being here like this, pronating the wrist over versus supination. Supinate a wrist, pronate a wrist. Put it simply, thumb down on the release, get the right spin. If you do your thumb this way, it's going to cause problems later, which we will be going over when we get to arm movements. But the key to remember, keep that trunk tight. Drive with those legs. Front leg slightly closed. Everything's locked together. One motion and to the mound. Following through, releasing that thumb going hill. To the mound, following through. If you can practice these little steps over and over again, practice getting that core synced with the legs, you'll pick up velocity on your pitches. Work on accuracy, work on velocity, work on them hand in hand. I like to tell kids, find your feet, find your throw, then start giving them targets for accuracy. And then next, we'll really start working on that, getting more and more power into it for velocity. So stay with us. We got more pitching advice to come, more hitting advice to come. If you like us, share us out to your friends, subscribe to our channel, help us grow, help us to reach more young kids, help us to reach more aspiring coaches, help us to get out to more parents who are just trying to help their kids out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.